Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Just wanted to pop in real quick with an update. Don't have a whole lot to tell, but I've been trying to do videos every couple weeks, so I have a little time before work this morning, so I thought I'd pop in and give you some updates. I have one finish. This is a project that was part of the Silver Needles Stitch Club. It's by the Scarlet House. I don't know that the pattern has a name, but I finished it last night. There was supposed to be a creepy little black bird, what I thought was creepy because I don't do a whole lot of prim stuff, and so I think those little blackbirds are creepy. Anyways, I took him off and added 2018. I kind of just lined him up. What is happening? There. Nope. So I'm filming this video Thursday morning before I go to work. I have a late morning start, so I didn't have time to film this video yesterday, so I thought I would do it today, and I feel like I'm off my game. Anyway, so 2018. I lined it up with where the raven was supposed to start and end, and so that it took up the same space as he would have, and so that also it would have lined up with the heart. But I feel like it looks too crowded up against the chair, but if I had moved it over or up one, it wouldn't have lined up properly, and that's over one. And there was no way I was going to rip that whole thing out once I realized it's going to be just fine for the purpose it's going to serve. I showed, that's the only finish I had. I did have a little bit of progress on my Russian cat, as I'm calling it. Cover up the pattern. Not so well. There's my progress. You can tell it's starting to look like a cat. With his little ear there. I have not worked on that at all since my last update. I focused on getting that Silver Needle Club piece finished, so that's done. No purchases as far as patterns or fabric, which is what I was considering as my Stitch from Stash, but I will be honest and tell you that I have ordered some things, so shortly I'm going to break Stitch from Stash. I have a plan for Stitch from Stash. I feel like I should do it towards the end of the year, like the last 6 months of the year, because then I'm not tempted or feeling like I'm restricted to market, which all of it's just a fake restriction, right? If any of us wants to buy something, we're just going to do it. But I am happy that I've done it. I have felt like I've gotten through some patterns, even though the stack, as you saw last time, in the binders is quite huge still. I at least feel like I'm getting through some things. No binders today. I know I said I would show them again in the future, but not this video. I just want to get a few things out and get this posted. I'm not sure when my regular month update's going to be. I am going to Jamaica this month. I have a friend who's getting married in Jamaica, so Brian and I are going to Jamaica for 5 days, and it may interfere with my regular programming. We'll see. Anyways, I did have some purchases, so if you've watched my videos in the past, you know that I'm obsessed with ShopMaeDesigns, Q-snap covers, and her project bags. So I placed an order because I didn't have any 6x6 covers, and when I was doing those Joyful World sales, it would have been a lot easier to stuff all that fabric into a Q-snap that fit. I was trying to make the 8x8 fit, and it just didn't work. So I ordered this one. This was a pattern that she had on her site already, and so I ordered that, and then I said I'd also like something that was more traditional Croatian pattern or fabric. She is in Zagreb, Croatia. So she sent me some pictures, and she said, this is a traditional Croatian pattern. What do you think about this? And I love it. So she sent me this, and she sent me this. This was originally part of a set that somebody had ordered and then changed the size, and so she had never sold this one. And I told her I just wanted the cover, but of course Maya is super sweet. She just sent me the whole thing. So she sent me the 6x6 project bag that the Q-snap fits in. A small pattern could fit in this, but all the other size bags that I have from her, the pattern definitely fits in the double zippered bag. And then the little needle case with, she always sends me a needle minder, a little bunny needle minder. She's so, so sweet. And some chocolate, some Croatian chocolate. So if you're looking for Q-snap covers or project bags, I will list her shop below if you've not checked it out. The shipping is very reasonable to the US. It typically takes me about 2 weeks to get my items. She's great about sending pictures of what fabrics she has in her stash if you don't see something on her site that's already made. But she does them for Q-snaps, and she does them for hoops, and she also has a listing for scroll rods. So she could make a a cover. I don't know about the project bags, but she can make the cover for anything. But email her. She's super great to communicate with. Her customer service is great. I received a fabulous gift in the mail. So 2 or 3 videos ago, I mentioned a company called Flosstube Studios. They are a candle company based in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm obsessed with their candles. And I think I told you guys that one of the orders I got, they shipped me the wax tarts by mistake. Maybe I didn't say it. They shipped me wax tarts by mistakes when I ordered the big jar candle. And so I messaged them and said, my order's correct as far as the scents, but I didn't order the wax tarts. And they immediately responded and said, we're sending the correction right away. Keep the wax tarts and enjoy. So a couple people had commented about how excited they were to try the company. And one of them was Jen. She's on Instagram as Spoony Rooney Stitcher. I think that's correct. I'll list her below. She's local to me, and she had messaged and said she was super excited about it. She was going to check them out, and I said, hey, I have these wax tarts that I'm never going to use. If you would use them, I'll send you a couple just so you can try some scents and see what you think. So I sent those to her. It cost me nothing except the shipping because I never paid for them to begin with. And then about a week after Jen emailed me and said she got the candles, thanks so much, I received this in the mail from Jen. So this is one of the Altoid tins that Yvonne, Night Owl Stitcher, has gotten everybody obsessed with. So she made a little pattern with some cardinals and my name. And then when you open it, she's got a big piece of magnet and a needle here. And then the pin cushion is here. And those are Ohio State University's school colors, scarlet and gray. I love it. I just absolutely love this. When Yvonne first showed hers, I thought, what a great idea. I would love to make one of those, but I know myself. I would like to be a person who makes this kind of stuff, but I'm not. I just am not. I think I've said before, I'm the kind of person who wants to be a gardener and wants to have fabulous landscaping, but when it comes really right down to it, I just want to be the person who pays somebody to do it for me because I just don't have the time, and I like how it looks. I don't think I have the interest in getting it to that point on my own. So if that sounds a little snobby, sorry, but it's the truth. It's me. So anyways, Jen, thank you so very much. I love this. Love, love, love this. There's cardinals, my name, red, which is my favorite color, Ohio State colors. She sent a needle. Fabulous. Thank you so much, Jen. Didn't have to do it, but I'm super happy that you did. Okay, I showed this in my last video. This was a kit I got at my LNS. A couple of you asked who the designer was, and I asked Barbara at Keepsakes. She said it's no longer available, and she can't remember who it was, so I apologize for showing it. But this is a fun way that you could add embellishments. You can just buy a skeleton key and tie things on. So it doesn't have to be this pattern. I'm sure you could find something similar, or you could add a key to projects that you've already had that you need to finish. So sorry for that. Okay. I have a few shout outs. I don't normally do shout outs, but I have watched a few floss tubes that I really, really enjoyed, so I wanted to pass those along. I have some StitchCon updates. Nobody seemed super bent out of shape that I was talking about StitchCon last time, so I have some updates for everybody. If you're going, you'll be super interested. If you're not going, maybe you'll just be interested to hear how things are going with the planning. So for my shout outs, I've got 3. First one is Gigi In Stiches. She is in the South, so she's another Southern Stitcher. Gigi, I'm sorry, I forget what state you come from. But anyways, the cool thing about her channel is that one of her daughters is fluent in sign language. So the entire time Gigi is talking, her daughter Natalie is signing next to her, which is fascinating. I don't really understand anything that she's saying, but it's super cool to watch, and is another reason that makes her unique. The second one is Country Stitchers. They are 2 friends. I think they're on the eastern part of Pennsylvania, middle to eastern part of Pennsylvania. I thought they were related when they first started making their videos. They look alike, but they are friends that met at a Stitch event and have been friends ever since, which I think is just super cool because I think it's the epitome of Flosstube. How many people have we met that we would have never met anyway ever in our lifetime without Flosstube? And then the third one, is Kitchen Stitchers. They are 3 friends here local to me. They actually sat next to me at Stitch Away in January. They were curious about why I was doing Flosstube, and I don't know that I really articulated why I was doing Flosstube. Mostly I just wanted to be part of a community because I didn't know any other stitchers. My work schedule didn't permit me to spend as much time at the shop that I would have liked. So I guess, you know, what we always say, community. Anyways, they have started doing a Flosstube, the 3 of them together, and they sit in Arlene's kitchen around her kitchen table. So they're a lot of fun if you want to check them out. I'll list all of those people below. Okay, very exciting news on Ginger Gerald Stitcher's Flosstube. He contacted me a few weeks ago and said, I am starting a new series on my channel where I interview Flosstubers and ask them questions about the process and their interest. Would you be interested in talking with me? And yeah, of course, Gerald. Gerald and I started making videos within a few months of each other. We stitch nothing that's similar to each other. Nothing from fabric color, pattern style, pattern size, floss color, nothing, but we seem to have hit it off, even though we just communicate, you know, every once in a while through our comments and Instagram posts. I have a little crush on his semi-domesticated squirrel, Geo, and I can't claim that semi-domesticated. That was Jen's description, Jen from Spoony Rooney. Anyways, if you haven't watched Ginger Gerald Stitcher, head on over and watch his videos. He works on huge projects. He's designing his own patterns, and he has a wonderful little squirrel outside that he feeds. Anyways, so Gerald started a new series on his Flosstube channel called Confessions of a Flosstuber, and he's already interviewed 4 or 5 of us so that he had some backlog of videos because it does take quite a bit of time. He's got new music, new graphics, he's inserted pictures from some of our projects. It's a ton of work. The first one came out Tuesday, the 10th. He interviewed Mindy from Minty Stitcher, and I'm super excited because she's coming to StitchCon this summer, so I'll get to meet her. But my interview is coming up in 2 weeks. It is on Tuesday, April 24th is when his Confessions of a Flosstuber videos are going to come out every 2 weeks on Tuesdays, I believe is what he told me. So I'll try to remind you again, but like I said, I don't know when I'm coming back. But April 24th is my video, so check it out. The funny thing is so Gerald and I had never talked before, and we set up a time to talk. And I was running a little bit late from work, so I just kind of came home from work, threw my stuff down, ate dinner real quick because we had this little date. And so we kind of just talked for a little bit before he started filming just to kind of get to know each other more on a facial basis. We had never actually seen each other, you know, in person. And so we hit it off, talk. And then he was like, okay, let's go ahead and start the video. And like immediately I was like, all business, like staring at the screen, no facial expression, super serious. So I don't know how great my part of the video is going to be, but he asked some good questions. That's where the question of what kind of a stitcher are you, which the survey says I am an eclectic stitcher. That's the one that you guys seem to most agree with, which that's totally fine. I am not alone, for sure. Many of you are just kind of stitch what I like. I don't have to have a set thing. But anyways, that's where the question came from. Gerald asked me what kind of a stitcher you were. And I was like, I don't know now. And then so we stopped filming and then we chatted again and I was like all expressive and, you know, using my hands. And those of you that are going to meet me at StitchCon, you're going to see a totally probably different personality than you see here because I feel like I'm a little bit reserved on camera and I'm holding my hands in my laps because I don't usually do this on my videos. But anyway, so before and after the filming, I was like totally Nicole. During the filming, I was like all business, proper, answering the questions. So we'll see how it comes out. I'm excited to see it. Probably going to be a little embarrassed, but I'm excited to see it. So thank you, Gerald, for asking me to be a part of that. It was super fun. I enjoyed talking with Gerald. I think we talked for like an hour and a half total, including the interview. So we definitely need to do that again. Okay, last thing I have, yeah, that's it. I have some StitchCon updates. So we had our meeting 2 Tuesdays ago, and we met at the hotel, the La Quinta Hotel, where it's going to be held. It was recently remodeled. It's fabulous. I couldn't believe it was a La Quinta. It looks very modern. The colors are bright. The rooms are clean. If you got a suite, holy cow, you have plenty of room. Plenty of room if you have a suite. So I'm super excited now that I've seen the space. The space that we have for the stitching room is fabulous. It's off by itself from the rest of the hotel. There's a set of bathrooms in the same room. There's going to be plenty of room for our trunk shows and smalls exchange. And if you want to film a video with interviewing other people, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So a couple things that we discussed was the shuttle. So we are in fact going to be able to provide a shuttle on Thursday, the 21st, from the airport to the hotel. We have 2 pickup times, 1:30 and 4 o'clock, give or take a few minutes, because we know not everybody's flight's going to be on time or luggage is going to be delayed. But if you are interested in a shuttle from the hotel to the, from the airport to the hotel, I'll put my email address is on the Facebook page, the StitchCon Facebook page. It's there. So contact me, let me know when you're coming, what time you're coming, what carrier you're coming, and I'll see when I can plug you in. I think I've got 4 spots for the 1:30, and I think I've got 6 spots or 8 spots for the 4 o'clock so far. There's a couple people that haven't booked their flights yet, but have expressed interest. So I'm really excited about that. Brian, my boyfriend, is going to drive it. I said, you know, you're going to be on Flosstube then, right? And he said he's going to wear a Spider-Man costume so that no one can see his face, because he refuses to be on Flosstube. So hopefully he follows the speed limit and we don't get pulled over, because that's going to be a little bizarre. We are also going to have that shuttle on Friday and Saturday to provide some trips back and forth from the hotel to keepsakes. Obviously, if you're renting a car and you want to go on your own, you're totally welcome to go, but the parking lot's pretty small, so we figured if we could have a couple trips over, you know, like every hour for a few hours, so that people could get over there, it would be less crowded in the shop, less crowded in the parking lot. So we're planning on doing that. I just don't have times yet. We aren't going to be able to offer the shuttle from the hotel back to the airport on Sunday or Monday, but I'm hopeful that we can kind of facilitate some people pairing up throughout the weekend of the retreat. You know, if you've rented a car and you've got 2 spots and you meet somebody that needs a ride back. So I'm hopeful that we can get that facilitated so people don't have to worry about that. It shouldn't be too big of a problem. The other thing is we have 2, as of then, we had 2 invoices that hadn't been paid, which is great compared to the number that we were. We still have quite a few people on the wait list. And at this point, it's probably going to be unlikely that we're going to be able to pull anybody off the wait list unless somebody cancels in the next week or 2. We've decided that if you cancel May 1st or after, we're not going to try and fill that spot, because it's too close to the time period for people to try to arrange travel. So if you cancel May 1st or later, you won't be receiving your deposit back, which is something that we said from the beginning, but because we had so much interest and such a huge wait list, we felt that we could comfortably give people refunds, because we knew we had quite a few people that we could go through the list to fill. If option 1 didn't work, option 2 might work, and so on and so on. The good news is that everybody that signed up for the retreat or put on themselves on the wait list in January when the retreat opened has been accepted. So that's really cool that people who showed immediate interest right away, those people have all been sent confirmation that they're in. So, like I said, there could still be some cancellations between now and May 1st, but after May 1st, we're not going to do any refunds or pull off of the wait list. However, if you are interested in StitchCon 2019, we are in fact having one. We don't know the dates. We don't know the number of people, but anybody who is on the wait list this year is automatically in for StitchCon 2019. We also realize that that's not going to work for everybody. The date may change, the month may change, the venue may change, and so we don't anticipate it being filled completely, from the wait list before anybody else out there can sign up or go. So the moral of the story is put your name on the wait list if you think you're interested in going. Worst case scenario, you don't pay your registration, you don't have to go. We are going to have a smalls exchange. I know Pam and Steph talked about this quite a bit in their videos, but I don't know that I have. The max limit is 6 by 6 finished. So you have to stitch it. You don't have to finish it yourself. You just have to have it finished, and then you have to have it wrapped when you bring it. We're just doing a 1-for-1 exchange. We're not taking from other people. We're just exchanging one time, because if there's going to be 150 people there and even half of the people participate, it'll take forever if we don't do just a 1-for-1. So for example, this is considered a small. This is definitely smaller than 6 by 6. It's soft finished. My Joyful World sows, I think those would count. They may be a little bit over a 6 by 6, but it's finished as a flat fold. That's considered a small. You could consider this a small. This is less than 6 by 6. It's not super detailed. It's not super involved. What we didn't want was somebody to make some little teeny tiny thing and then somebody else to make this big, huge project and happen to be the exchange and not be relatively equal. So you don't want it to be super high intensity, but do whatever you think is appropriate and what's fun for you. Just make sure you have it finished in time to get it to Situate. I'm going to try to participate. I have my pattern picked out. I have my fabric and the flosses. I'll have all that. It's a pretty simple pattern, but you know how my life goes. It is unpredictable. So, and then the last thing, we talked about it briefly at one of our meetings, but we never really decided, and I don't know about the logistics of it, but at Comic-Cons, it is my understanding that people exchange pins, like pins that you wear on your shirt, from previous Comic-Cons. Like if you were at Comic-Con San Diego 2015, you got a pin there. People exchange pins between different Comic-Cons throughout the country in different years. I thought it would be fun if we did a needle minder exchange. Nothing organized, just kind of, oh, I don't want these needle minders anymore. Somebody at ShopMaeDesigns might want them. Maybe I'll bring them in trade. You can make them, you can bring ones that you don't want anymore. My only concern is if somebody brings tons of needle minders, which are essentially magnets, how is that going to go through TSA on a flight? So we haven't made anything official. We just kind of talked about it and kind of left it. We've had so many ideas. You kind of have to start here and filter things down. And we're just constantly throwing out ideas and discussing things, and not everything is going to end up happening. We totally all get that. That's why sometimes it's good to work in a committee to kind of rein your crazy idea in or build off of somebody's other really good idea. So I don't know where that needle minder exchange is going to go. I just thought it would kind of be fun. Like I said, if you've got needle minders you no longer want, or you make needle minders and want to exchange with people, like if you bring them from your state or your favorite, subject, I thought that would be fun. But obviously I don't want anybody to get absconded at the airport because you set radars off. So we might talk about that more at our next meeting. Like I said, I wouldn't plan on it being anything like official that would be on an itinerary, but just something fun to do kind of, throughout the weekend when you meet up with people. So I think that is everything. Let me look at my list. I did my shout outs. I did my Gerald's new feature, StitchCon, progress, no purchases, thank you very muches. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, I'm going to head out to work. Thanks so much for watching and stopping by. I will try to do this again in 2 weeks. That would be my normal end of the month update. We'll see what happens. Have a great day. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for coming back to watch me. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.